Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review one of my MOOC, which of course is a part of my own advanced calendar, which focuses on Matoran and their jobs, hobbies, occupations and stuff like that. And today I'm going to review a Matoran which uses a frame not made by me but made by Phila, who is a member of my Bionicle French forum. So his frame revolves around this part, which is the improved slicer or robot foot part, so with better all here and there. So we're going to link first a Titan connector on the axle part of this part right here, so we can put the head on it, obviously. This part is used as an armor. For the color scheme, it's going to be dark red, white, black, and dark gray for the other colors. Then I'm going to link the arms. So quite simple to understand, I guess. Then I'm going to need to link the legs. So how am I going to do that? Well, first I'm going to use this connector, which will be linked with some other parts to this axle. This axle will go through this pinhole and then in the connector's axle hole. And then my part is linked, even if it's not really attached directly to the connector. So now I can use this holes on the sides to link the legs, which are made with two connectors and some ball joints and some metal legs. Here you go. Then the head, which is a metal head. Excuse me for my hair. And finally the canary. And for this one I chose the Pacari. And here you go, you have the Matoran finished. So once again, a nice and cute Matoran from Phila, which is really a cool mocker in terms of Matoran. It really makes some nice frames. But I think you have already saw that because this one was made by him, for example, and some other ones. So so this guy, what he's doing? Well, he's a painter, so this means he paints things, obviously. So first, he's going to need a easel right there, so to put his canvas on. So I made this one with some Bionicle parts, so I put 3 feet so it can stand on the ground firmly. I put this part right there so it is inclined, while it is bent, like that. Then I'm going to put some system parts right there, so I can put the canvas here, and also some tools right there. Mostly brushes, of course. Then we have the canvas themselves, so made with some system parts, right here. And also I made a smaller one, that you can put, for example, like that, if you prefer, or like that. It works both ways. So we're going to see that later on. Obviously, to paint on the canvas, we need some brushes. So I made many brushes. So obviously, I could have taken the brush from the new Painter minifigure, which was released in the series 4 or 5, but I do not have him, so I decided to make my own brushes. So, well, the first ones are made with some system parts. So, for example, here you have a minifig hair, which I found looks kind of like some brushes. So, with, for example, the imperfect details on the upper section of on the top of his head, for example, and stuff like that. You can imagine that the paint is in fact leaking right there on the sides of the brush. So first brush right there. The second one, the two other ones are going to use directly some minifix tools. So this one was of course a tool to sweep the floor, but if you put this in this way, it kind of looks like a big brush. So I guess why not? So I just put some Bionicle parts to make it, technique parts to make it a little more mechanical, and that's all. The same goes for this one. So a little sweep things for minifigs, and once again, now you can paint some shape like that. Then the other brushes, the last one with system parts is this one. So if you want, for example, to paint easily all his canvas, you can use these little things right there. And then you have other brushes. So first this one. So I use a little teeth like that to make the hairs of the brush, if I can say so. You also have this one for bigger hairs at the end, you can see. and some black pens. And finally this one, because I wanted to use this part right here. And so you have 7 brushes in the end. Then is going some other tools. So this tools, which in fact has multiple purposes. So the first one is of course to fill some water in there, so it can clean his brushes. So here you go, you have some water. Then this part right there is in fact a little not really an Easter egg, but just the fact that you may know that the all painter for how they make paint, it's quite simple. You use first some pigments, so colored pigments, then you crush them, and finally you mix them with some liquids which will be helpful to attach the paint, if I can say so. So I decided to make the same thing. So you have a little bowl right there to put some pigments. So for example, let's say some white pigments. And then you have some tools to crush them, so you can mix them with some liquids to make the paint. So there we go. And then you have this part right there, so which is useful to, so I'm going maybe to put this off, to put the brushes when you want them to dry. So for example, you can put this one like that because they use this type of parts. So there you go. And then I'm going also to put the other ones right there. So this one, and I think that will be all. We're going to link this one right there. And we still have some stuff to show you. So the first one is, well, what he's using to put his paint on when he's painting. So here you go. So I don't have the name for the right name for this object, but personally I use this Baroque shield, and then this part, which is useful, of course, to put the different part on there, so it stands in a nice way. So like that. And finally, well, not finally, but next, a little book. I have already made books in my previous Matoran, but this one, of course, is used for sketches. So, for example, if he has to sketch something really quickly, he can do so, and then we use the sketch for some, painting later on. So here you go, white parts for the paper, stuff like that. And the final tool is a little stool. Well, by the way, so you can use to if the canvas is too big, you can climb up this thing. Well, climb, if I can say so. And so that's all, guys. So it's now time to end our review. So I'm going to maybe, put all the parts together. So the canvas on the easel, then some of the brush which was remaining will be put right there. This is made for that. Our little Matoran will have his, this brush in his right hand. Okay. And this part in his left one. Then we're going to put him on, first I'm going to put his book on his back, so that's why there is some parts on the back of the Matoran. So it's quite hard to put these things. Well, that should do the job, if you can say so. Well, okay. Like that. Then the stool, I'm going to put him like that, so you can see him in a nice way, I think. This other canvas, and finally his little part with all his accessory, which will be put right there. And that's all for this Matoran, guys. So, excuse me. So I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them as usual. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and see you later for another video review. Bye bye.